The Club World Cup faces a major attendance problem. Is Fabrizio Romano engagement farming the Nico Williams saga? And Gareth Bale is set to buy an English football club? This is DMAC Daily. The Club World Cup has been a tournament of contradictions thus far. The good? Well, we're seeing the unique aspects of teams based outside of Europe. The fan bases of South American, African, Asian clubs have been objectively awesome. They bring an unrivaled atmosphere to a tournament that is sorely lacking in that department. Not only that, the South American clubs could be a genuine threat to the financial juggernauts of Europe as this tournament progresses. But the very real problem still exists in that this tournament lacks a sense of authenticity. The cringy player walkouts, halftime interviews, weirdly titled Man of the Match awards, and the occasional competitive mismatch aren't exactly helping. But the biggest actual obstacle to legitimizing the Club World Cup is the lack of attendance at games. 4 days into a major tournament and we're still yet to see a sellout stadium. Blame the location, the weather, the timing of games, FIFA's absurd ticket pricing, whatever reason. The reality is that not one of the 55 scheduled games are projected to sell out yet. That's not a good look for a major tournament. Now, I do think this will change when the biggest teams eventually meet, but till then, a lot of these games will have a pre-season look about them. Focusing on today's action though, and we had some fascinating matchups. Borussia Dortmund held on against the fearless Fluminense. Joe Bellingham made his senior debut in yellow and looked sharp, but it was 40-year-old Thiago Silva whose defensive masterclass stole the show. Just like Sergio Ramos, the 39-year-old Spanish legend delivered another timeless header, this time for Monterrey in their 1-1 draw against Inter Milan. Meanwhile, River Plate outclassed Uruguay Red Diamonds. Marcos Acuna started with 2 pinpoint assists. Both fan bases were pure class throughout, and Mamelodi Sundowns prevailed 1-0 over Ulsan Hyundai. Moving to transfer news, and can someone just sign Nico Williams already? I'm starting to get sick of Fabrizio Romano's endless tweets. As credible of a journalist as he is, much of the reporting on Williams' future has been purely speculatory, bordering on misinformation. Back in May, Romano corroborated a Marca report about Real Madrid's serious intent to sign him, an outlet that is notoriously unreliable. Nothing came of this rumor, but hey, it did numbers on socials. And just this past week, he's posted 8 separate times about Williams being a top target of Bayern Munich, Arsenal, and is now prioritizing a move to Barcelona apparently. Now, it does appear as though the Barca rumors are legitimate, and with a 58 mil release clause, it's no surprise that multiple clubs are chasing after him, but I feel like this transfer cycle is never ending. Same situation with Wirtz. Fabrizio has tweeted literally 25 times since the news dropped in May that Wirtz was heading to Anfield, and don't get me started on Mbappe to Madrid. Fabrizio, I respect your dedication, but relax on the tweets, my guy. Staying on transfer news though, and some decent signings were made in the last 24 hours. La Liga rising star Alberto Molero joined Villarreal. Brighton confirmed the signing of Italian central defender Diego Coppola. Celta Vigo's Fer Lopez joins Premier League side Wolves, and Bournemouth have their Kerkes replacement in Stade Rennais' Adrien Truffert. Staying on the subject of English football news, and Gareth Bale has been lined up to front a US-based takeover of League One club Plymouth Argyle. Bale has no history or connection to Plymouth, however, US groups are becoming more eager to partner with famous athletes in order to purchase football clubs. A little over a month ago, midfield icon Luka Modric partnered with a US equity firm to become co-owners of Swansea City. It's not just football celebrities jumping on the ownership train either. There's also Tom Brady with Birmingham, JJ Watts with Burnley, Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas buying shares at Leeds, and of course the rise of Wrexham is perhaps the most popular US-led celeb takeover. Personally, I would have thought Bale was more likely to invest in golf rather than football, but hey, if I'm a Plymouth fan, I'd be intrigued by the prospect of a takeover from a former great of the game. Anyways, that's today's DMAC Daily. See you tomorrow.